How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another. Hey, there's my thumbs. Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Oh, sorry. Welcome back to another review by yours truly, Victory Saber 77. Taking a look at a Brave toy. This is Mike Sounders 13th from the King of Braves GaoGaiGar series, which came out in 1997, and it's a really great anime. If you're not familiar with it, definitely go check it out. It's the last Brave anime to come out, and Takara and Sunrise did a great job with it. It's darker than the other ones, but the animation's really done well. The story's really good, and it also hit U.S. shores, so it's dubbed, and it's the most popular out of the series. It is really good. Definitely worth checking out. But this character here is the comic relief, as you can kind of tell by the look of him. Looks like he came right out of the show. I really do like the fact that Takara did a good job giving us this character. But before we get too much more into him, let's take a look at the box, because the box is, I don't know, box isn't anything special, but I do like to collect boxes. So this is the Takara version. The Sonokon version, I believe, is exactly the same. It's just going to have the Sonokon emblem down here, or SOK. This is a deluxe version. I don't think that there's a standardized version, or STD, as they like to label it out there, but it's not bad. You got a nice picture of him there. He's got 4 modes. His ID number is G13, which makes sense since he's Mike Sounders the 13th. Spin it to the back. We have his bio, and then you have his other modes. And I believe his flying vehicle is called the Barbarian. I could be wrong. If I am, just correct me and put it in the comments below, and that would be much appreciated. But you can flip it upside down, and it becomes his little soundstage, which is called Studio 7, which is a nice nod to the actual producers of the show. It does have electronics, and he does have some other accessory pieces. All right, okay, bring him back in, and I do like what Takara did. I mean, this is really spot on to what you see on the screen, as far as just accuracy and such. Get him out of the way so we can take a better look at the Barbarian here. Now, it is one solid plastic piece. I do like the fact that you have some detail worked into the plastic to kind of break it up, but it is just, a solid color, though, unfortunately. The electronics are back here. It does take 2 AA batteries. You do have some, detail inside right in there. Oh, and there's the electronics. You do have this plastic red piece. You do have some factory stickers, and then you have the nice red accent painted piece there, or painted apps right there. And that's about it. It does have wheels, so it can roll. The control sticks here do pivot, but that's part of the transformation into the soundstage, which I'll showcase a little bit later because it's utilized with his other mode. All right, back to this guy. Again, this guy is the comic relief. He's not very powerful in the show. He's always getting his ass kicked, but he tries. But it is a nice representation of him again. He does show all his emotions through his kind of screen for his eyes. And you do have some other stickers if you want to give him. Actually, I haven't put any of the stickers on him. But you got some yellow star stickers there, actually, that go on his chest. I didn't put those on yet, but I wish that they would have just painted that on. But you kind of get kind of a NASA theme, which is who built him and such. You can store his accessory pieces, his mic here, which is the Thunder V microphone. You got the Keytar here, which is, what do they call this thing? Oh, shoot, it's escaping me now. Dazzling Double V, I believe it's called. So you have that. And got some nice paint apps on the back there. As far as articulation, his arms can rotate at the shoulders 360 degrees. He can go in and out. His hands are on a ball joint, so you have some range of motion there. You can move his head, but only to about there because it is hindered by the chest cavity. Legs can move in and out, and that's it. Unfortunately, he suffers from head in the crotch syndrome, as you can see right there. And you can kind of pretty much tell how he's going to transform also. Really wish that Takara would have engineered it to the point you could tuck his head into his chest cavity somehow. And you have these little mics that can pivot, but they act as heel spurs, which is kind of nice. All right. To transform them, really simple. Remove those. And let's see, what am I going to do first here? Just flip that like that. And then just unfold his legs. And then separate them. And then start unfolding things like his heel spurs here. And right there, if you want to know if you got a Takara version or a Sonokong version, it's right on his inner leg, and it's going to say Nagia TV 97 Takara, where it would usually say Korea, Sonokong, stuff like that. All right. Next, you'll fold his hands back, like so. Just kind of weird. And just rotate those pieces around to make his shoulders, flip out his hands. It's a simple transformation. And then there is Mike Saunders. Flip out his knee microphones. And there we have him. Not bad. Again, it's a good representation of the character from the show. He does have a nice range of motion in his arms and legs. His head you can move side to side. You can rotate his arms around 360 degrees. He's got the nice in and out motion at the shoulders, bicep swivel, elbow joint. No wrist, which would have been nice just because of the fact that he needs to be able to hold his Keytar and microphone, but I'll showcase that here in a second. Kind of has a waist swivel, which was the actual head movement in his other mode. Legs can go forward, back. Can't really go in and out, just about to there. He's got a knee joint and nothing in the ankles or feet. All right. As far as his accessory pieces, you can give him his mic. Either hand, you can store it, but unfortunately for his Keytar, which you can kind of see some of the detail there, it does have some nice detail. It would have been nice if they would have painted to break up the keyboard portion. Oh well. But you have a peg here, and then you have a peg on the other side. So you can either try and peg it like so, but because he doesn't have the wrist articulation, the wrist swivel, it kind of looks weird, and you can't pivot it up. I know that you can, and he does this in the show. He rotates these arms around so he can kind of hold the guitar, the Keytar. But again, there's no real easy way to kind of get him to peg it into his arms or into his hands there. And then you have his arm up here kind of out of sorts. I mean, you can give him the mic so he's actually got a purpose with his arm, but it's very difficult to get him to kind of hold it, which is kind of a shame because that's his whole thing is sound manipulation, and kind of reminds me of Bluegrass from Silverhawks with hot licks. But usually you just kind of have it like that. So now he does have some other accessory pieces. He's got these discs right, upside down. There we go. Right there. In the show, he's got 4, I believe. He's got disc M, disc P, which is general purpose. Disc X is his dangerous disc, and then his most powerful disc is disc F. And you basically just store those right there. You just open up his chest, pop them in, and you can store them. Not too bad. All right. Bring in his Soundstage, which you just flip it upside down. It does come with this cardboard background, which not too special. It just slides into this spot right back here. Wish it was a tad bit bigger, because when you put them on there, I wish it came up to about, to his head. But let me move my camera up so you can kind of see a little better. But there you go. You do have the cool triple G insignia there. You got the little star sticker. But there you go. Now, as far as the sounds for the stage here, the on and off button is the red. You got that. And then you can mix in all the other sounds. So there's that. I have no skill at that, but it is nice that you have that. And since his powers are sound manipulation, it's really cool. But, all right. Let's look at some size comparisons now. All right, before we get into the comparisons, I forgot that you can store his accessory pieces on him. You can plug in his Keytar on his back. There's a hole right there. Just right onto his waist section. So you have that. And then his mic can plug into either side of his legs. So there you go. All right, first size comparison. Here he is next to a Voyager class figure. This is Cyclonus from the Combiner Wars, and he fits perfectly in the Voyager class size. He's a tad bit taller, but it's because most of the newer Voyager classes are a little bit smaller, I think. And then here he is next to Combiner Wars Prowl, which is a deluxe size figure. All right, now let's take a look at some comparisons with his other GaoGaiGar teammates. We have Goldie Marg. He's the smallest out of all of them, even though I think Big Volfog here should be a lot bigger in the long run. And then you have Chorujin, Gekirujin, and then throw in the man himself, GaoGaiGar. Even though he's kind of out of scale, should be a lot bigger, but here is King Jader. As you can kind of see, he's comes up to King Jader's knee. But, all right. Okay, quick and final thoughts on Mike Sounders the 13th. This guy is not going to be for everyone. I get that. Unless you are into the Brave line, or you're a fan of King of Braves GaoGaiGar, or maybe just transforming robots in general, you're really not going to want to pick up this guy. He's really cool. I dig him. I think he represents the character from the show really well in both modes. He does have some problems, like the Keytar and maybe the stage being just a tad bit too small, but for what it's worth, it represents what it's supposed to do or be, so I can forgive that. But again, if you are looking at maybe picking up this guy, there is the Takara version, there is the Sonokong version. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. I know I haven't been really doing a lot of reviews as of late, but hopefully I can get back into it. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys sticking with me. So thank you very much. But until next time, take care, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.